So this is my sketch for today. Hey guys, so today is another day of me funding my dream life, funding my creativity with Lyft. So I definitely have some bills this week that are due, that are my art supplies and art equipment bills. So I bought some equipment earlier this year late last year that I've been paying off on monthly. So that's what the bills for this week are. So let's drive Lyft today to pay some of my bills that is funding my art business. I'm Rachel, and I have fun doing so many things, like playing, singing, dancing, painting, filming, and many more. Cause I'm a Mosaic soul. I'm proud to be me, being bold, divine, and free. And yeah, I'm sort of recovering from having a virus. Yesterday, I was just feeling like so crappy. I was just basically like sleeping in all day yesterday because I feel like I was having like a sinus viral infection. Like my whole face and throat was just like doing this weird thing. So I feel a lot better today. I drank a lot of fluids and stuff. Last night I took a crap ton of vitamins. I like basically doubled and tripled up on my vitamins, and I feel a lot better today. I still feel a little bit of pain in my face, but not like so bad yesterday where it was like hurting to like swallow and like my face was like pounding. So anyways, let's go drive. I'm gonna try to find a mask or something. I don't know, because I think I got the virus from one of my passengers earlier this week, and I think that's what caused me to have the virus. So I think I'm gonna try to get a mask today because I don't want to be catching nothing from nobody, and I don't want to pass on it if I still have remnants of it in my system. But we gotta make money, and so that's what we're gonna do today. You know, when you're like recovering from being sick and you have no desire to even remotely do anything with your body because you're still like slightly weak. It's like trying to look halfway decent and pretty is like the least of what my worries. But my hair is definitely drier during the summertime, so I'm noticing that I have to spritz it with way more water than I normally would when it's like spring. Any other season, like the summer, it's like super dry. Even though it's like I live in a very humid climate, it's like super dry. So I don't know what the heck I want to do with my hair. I don't want to leave it down because when I leave it down, it blows in my face and it's slightly annoying. So we're gonna do half up, half down, stitch. Okay, this is what we're going with. Bare minimum, Sally. Like, this is my beautification ritual today because I bet you don't even feel like doing this. Okay. So I don't have a lot of time today in terms of doing this first session, so I'm gonna try to just do like an hour. It's about 1:40. I'm gonna try to come back here around like 2:50 because I have another like, what's it called? I have an online appointment with one of my therapist support specialists today at 3. So I'm gonna come back at 2:50. So I be here and then after that go back out and do another session. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so I need to make $230, let's say $240 over the next couple days. So we're gonna split that today. Today I'm gonna try to make, what's 240, 120 today. By the end of today, if I can make 150, that'll be even better. And then tomorrow try to do the same thing, and that should cover my basic bills for this week. So yeah. Okay, so I got my first ride, $7. We're headed to pick up my first passenger. I got some cereal for my breakfast. I wanted to stop at Kroger's and get my drink, but I was like, let me just go ahead and do this hour because I don't have that much time before I need to do this meeting. And usually, if I can make, whatever, as long as I make 120 bare minimum by the end of the day, it's a successful day. It takes care of half of my bills. So, and then tomorrow I gotta do the same. But yeah, I found this mask in my purse, forgot that I had it. So I'm gonna be using this for today. Definitely use it when people come here, but like I definitely don't want to get sick again. It's the only downside about, you know, working for yourself or having a income tied to what you do. That's basically, because if you don't work, you don't make money. So I just took some vitamins. So hopefully that'll keep my immune system strong. Still fighting off whatever I have remnants of that. But yeah, feels good to get some fresh air. So last year, I guess around this time, it's now August, it was September, I purchased a new DSLR, Canon DSLR. And it's the first large purchase that I have made in a very long time, because I've been using my Canon T2i for a very long time, and it's so outdated. I was like, I need to upgrade my cameras. So I went ahead and purchased it through Amazon and using like Affirm, their like payment system. So that's one of the investments that I made into my own business and creative expressions. And then earlier this year, I bought a printer because I had a whole electrical fire happen in my house, and it blew out the printer that I was using to print my other stuff. So I went ahead and bought a photo expressions printer so I can start printing art at home and just printing for other things that I need for my business. So I bought that, and I bought a whole bunch of different like packaging supplies and other stuff, which I haven't yet used, but I'm going to be using it eventually when I launch my Mosaic Souls World membership, and finally start getting some members in that. But yeah, so that plus a whole bunch of art materials and stuff like that, and like business materials I took out another little loan for, and I should be finished with paying one of those loans this month. And then I think the other loan, I have like 2 more months or something like that to pay on it. So yeah, we're making progress. I really do want to do like a cost analysis of like how much my business has done versus how much I've invested to like bring this business to life. Because when you're like funding your own business, it's easy to like overlook those type of things. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do that for myself. I don't know if I'll do it publicly. Maybe I'll just put it in my Mosaic Souls World membership, but yeah. So I'm waiting for my passenger. I don't know if they're coming. This was a scheduled ride. I hate scheduled rides because sometimes it's a bus. It's a hit or miss. Like people schedule things and forget they have the ride. We'll see if my passenger shows up. Their 5 minutes is almost up. So my first passenger was a no-show. They put in the wrong address, so I was just like, whatever. I don't feel like correcting and doing all this figuring out where you are. It's like, put in the right address and I can pick you up. I don't know why people, and then they act like it's your job. You know, one of the things, I'm just gonna have a bitch moment as I'm eating my cereal. People are so entitled in America. It's really funny. I was talking to my dad about this the other day. Like when people feel entitled to your time, but if they were in the same position, they would not do it, right? Like when people want to add extra stops, but don't want to pay you for it, or like put in the address and they know where the thing stops, but then they want you to go an extra 2 miles into the neighborhood because that's where their real drop off is. It's like, why you do shiesty shit like that? Like you wouldn't want somebody to put extra workload on your shit for free and then say, hey, can you work overtime for free? Like nobody wants that. So why do you expect other people to do that shit? People are so fucking entitled sometimes. It's so annoying. On a more positive note, I just made $12 in, I guess, 20 minutes or so, which is good. So this is perfect time for a story time to demonstrate my point. A couple weeks ago, which really taught me how entitled people can be. It was it might have been a week ago, actually, I can't remember. But there was this older guy that I was taking him from his home to another home that he claimed to have owned or whatever. The whole time, this man was hitting on me, right? And I was trying to avoid answering his questions because he was asking me, oh, so do you have children? Are you married? Are you blah, 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 blah? Now, Lyft's community guidelines, and I'm pretty sure Uber's as well. I don't really drive for Uber that much, but all rideshare guidelines say do not hit on your passengers. You know how many people would not be able to ride and their passengers from how many times I get hit on, unwantingly getting hit on? So this older gentleman looks like he's old enough to be my father. because I found out that he has a daughter who's like literally like 1 year younger than me. I'm like, dude, why do you feel entitled to my time, effort, and energy, or to think that I would even be remotely interested in you? You're literally old enough to be my father. Like, secondly, stop asking me questions when I'm literally dodging them. You can tell that I'm dodging them because I don't want to answer the questions, because it's none of your fucking business. Or whatever. Anyways, so this man, I gave him my business card because he was like, you know, acting like he's this like hoity-toity person who like invests in people and does all this stuff and has like several investment properties. So I was like, oh, well, if you're into black art, you should check out my website and stuff. So I gave him one of my cards. Mind you, this man like purposefully left his phone in my car. And then I didn't know, because the passenger that I picked up after him was like, oh, is this your phone? I was like, oh no, it's that man. And I didn't remember the address, because when I'm picking up people, I'm not looking at your address. I just look at the directions and where it tells me to go from point A to point B. I'm not memorizing people's addresses because I don't care. Like, so, you know, he eventually calls me like 30 minutes into my other passenger's ride saying, oh, I left my phone. He's like, I'm so glad that I got your card, because if I hadn't, you know, I wouldn't have been able to contact you. So I was like, he was like, could you meet me at this address? And so the person who his phone he was using texted me the address of where he wanted me to drop it off, which was the original destination I had picked him up from. So I was like, okay, sure. My mistake is that I should have said, you need to have money in hand to be able to pay me for this, because if you would have gone through Lyft automatically charges all passengers when they leave stuff in your car $20 for the driver to drop off whatever item that you left in their car back to you, because it's an inconvenience. That's how we get paid. And so I have to now go back to you or whatever. I didn't say that. I just assumed that he would pay me, because he was already talking about how he's going to tip me and all this other stuff. Well, he couldn't tip me because I had his phone, so whatever. So I didn't chalk it up, and he seemed like a decent enough guy. Decent guys, nice guys, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, so I dropped the thing off. I was like, okay, well, you need to pay me at least $30, because I just canceled all these rides to get back to you. It took me about an hour for me to get from where I was at that last passenger that I dropped off, who gave me his phone, to get back to where he was, right? I was like, and this is like, it was a surge in bonus time, right? And I'm like, you need to pay me at least $30. So he was like, oh, I'll tip you in the app or whatever. And I was like, well, can't you just like Zelle me or like Cash App me or something like that? He's like, oh, I don't have that, and blah, 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 lies. Anyways, I was like, you know what? I'm so tired at this point. I was already towards the end of my ride, and I was like, I'm not going to sit here. Whatever. I'm just going to call it as a loss, because I don't really feel like ogling a man who claims to have all this money and who claimed to give me was going to give me a tip, to ask you to pay me for something that I did for you that you would have had to pay me for anyways, right? So anyways, like an hour later, he sends me like an $8 tip through the app. And I was like, fuck him. I blocked him on the app. And I was like, fuck you, you asshole. First of all, you already said you're going to give me a tip, and then you only gave me $8. So I was like, then he texted me. He was like, oh, there's something wrong with the app. I'm not able to tip more or whatever. And I was like, dude, you would have had to pay me $20 minimum for me to come deliver you your phone. The least you could do is send me $30. You know what I mean? So eventually, a whole 24 hours later, he ends up zelling me another $22. So talking about, is this the number that you receive Zelle on? I was like, I thought you told me that you don't have Zelle, so why are you lying? You know what I mean? So anyways, it was shit like that. I was like, I'm never ever doing that again. If a person needs me to do something, motherfucker, go to ATM and get the cash, because I'm not doing shit for you for free. This is how I make a living and pay my bills. What are you doing? Like, the entitlement, you know what I mean? This is why I don't like helping people, because sometimes when you say things, when you try to be nice to people, they take your niceness, your kindness for weakness. And like, I don't like that shit. Sometimes I'm just gonna be a bitch from now on to people sometimes, because I'm just like, why the fuck, you know, like, the entitlement just be pissing me off, you know what I mean? Like, anyways, but yeah, that's sort of where this sort of, not rage is coming from, but it's just like stuff like that. I've encountered way more experiences like that than I would like to have, you know, to care to say. But definitely most of my passengers are not like that. But, you know, it's the few bad apples that spoil it for the bunch. Okay, so I just made $20 in just under an hour. And that's kind of expected when you drive without bonuses. So I drove like the first half of the hour with no bonuses, and then the second half with bonuses, but the bonus is only like 10%. So didn't make too much extra. So it's one of those sort of like low days. But hey, keep it pushing. Yeah, it's interesting to me. Humans. I'm glad that I'm wearing my mask too, because it also kind of like wards off unwanted male passengers from hitting on me. Like my last passenger definitely wanted to talk and I didn't want to talk. So luckily having my mask on like prevented me from having to talk to him for majority of the ride, upon which he still proceeded to try to have a conversation with me, but I just didn't feel like talking, especially when I'm like tired like this and still recovering. I don't feel like being super jolly and masking and putting on this whole personality of nice woman kind of energy is just definitely not my vibe today. Today's sort of like a drive in silence kind of day. Like there's not much I want to talk to people about. I don't feel like masking. There's too much energy. I need all of my energy to go to my body so that it can continue to recover and heal. But also, as I was telling the story, I realized, let me stop telling this story before I attract more unwanted male attention. What you focus on expands. So let me stop bitching and moaning about unwanted male attention. But let me just say this is one last little rant. I don't know what it was, but last week it was just like, this is so unorthodox. Please don't tax me for this. But it was sort of like, it was like old manville for some reason last week. I swear to God, I got hit on by like 4 different old men within the span of like 6-7 days. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Why am I getting hit on by all these old men? Men old enough to be my father. And this is what I talk about. Because I don't really believe in old. I think age is a number, but people who carry themselves as old. But a lot of these men were like definitely old enough to be my father at my father's age range. And it's just like, what are you doing? Like, why do y'all think that? I don't know. I think that's weird. I mean, I guess if you don't shoot your shot, you won't hit the goal. You know what I mean? I get it. But, you know, from a woman's perspective, it's very annoying when older men who I would not even consider at all. And I am an ageist in this, and I do recognize that. But it is what it is. I am allowed to have preferences. And so when older men are asking me all these unwanted questions about my personal life, I'm like, that's a violation of guidelines, okay? Especially when I don't want to talk to you in that way. Like, why do you need to know if I'm married or if I have kids? None of that information is pertinent to you because you don't have a shot in hell. So stop asking me those questions. Anyways, I'm headed home to do my therapy session. And then I'm gonna head back out and do another few hours afterwards. One of the things that I do love about Lyft is just that it's so flexible. I can do it on my own time and, you know, hit my goals on my own time. You know, I can like stop in the middle of the day because I have a therapy session, or stop and go do a yoga session somewhere. Like, I don't have to be stuck in that was one of the things that I hated about having like a desk job, is that I was stuck inside. I remember the last time I had a desk job, I was just stuck inside all day during the summer especially. And I'm someone who likes the sun. I'm just someone who will sit in the sun and get burnt till a little crisp. I don't get sunburned, but you know what I mean. I love the sun. And so having to be inside all day during prime time sun hours, it was just so excruciating for me. Because I love just going out and sitting in the sun, even if it's for like 10 to 15 minutes, or hell, shoot, if you saw me a year or two ago, I'd be out in the sun for like 3-4 hours. It's one of the reasons why I love the beach. I'm the type of person just go out there with my bikini and just fall asleep under the sun. But yeah, I definitely love the flexibility of this sort of side gig, because I'm able to make money in my own time. No bosses to answer, nobody stealing my ideas. That's a whole nother story time. Nobody, you know, telling me what to do. There's definitely a lot of masking that has to go on. I feel like I definitely have to put on this sort of performative person sometimes, where I'm having to be on. I don't like having to do that all the time. But in general. So I had a good session with my peer support specialist. So I'm off to the second round. It's 5:03. Just got a ride for $8. Now, I'm going to be probably driving this evening. 5 to 6, 7, 8 to 9. Probably won't get home till around like 10, hopefully, if I could do 25 an hour. Let's see. Let's see how today treats me. I had a good session. I'm glad that I took it. I was going to reschedule, but I was like, nah. I am feeling a little bit better. Definitely probably going to stop and grab something to eat. Some fast food, but shouldn't be too bad. I don't really eat out much, so I'm off to my third I'm off to my third passenger for today. Decided to stop in Kroger and grab my favorite little beverage. So I'm hungry. Because, yeah. Let's see if they even have any more they might not have any. Maybe. Looks like it's on sale. Oh, yay. And it's on sale. On the door opening. Excited. We got it. Super excited. Yeah, I'm hungry. This is going to last me for a good hour. I'll probably like stop at Chick-fil-A and grab a little kids meal or something later. But yeah. Get a little candy, lion's mane in my system. So yeah. Got my booster smoothie. My strawberry milk. So, about to turn this bad boy back on. Cute kid. Turn this bad boy back on and we got $29. So I have about $91 more to make. So let's keep this party rolling, okay? I hate being one of those people who wear masks. But after that little virus hit me the other day, I'm like, yeah, we're not taking any chances. Ain't nobody got time to be sick, okay? Everybody keep your germs to yourself. I think my last passenger was mad at me because I wore a mask. I'm like, look, whatever. Gotta take precautions. Motherfuckers just be passing germs, sneezing without covering their mouths, coughing and all kind of shit. Look, people be having halitosis and all kind. Ain't nobody got time. Okay? We just don't have time for that. Seriously. Got a $15 ride. Yes. So I spoke too soon. That ride was canceled. And the passenger that I just dropped off just buzzed me again. So I'm taking her home. So that's a $10 ride. Boo for the extra $5. But I did get a $2 cancellation fee. So it actually averages out because I was going to have to drive 6 miles just to pick up the other passenger. Anywho, I have this random hankering for a burger. I don't really eat meat often. When I do eat meat, it's probably like 2 to 3, maybe 4 times a month per se. Like when I randomly get a hankering for it, like I have some chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A or random fried chicken from the soul food joint. When I just have a hankering for it, for the most part, I eat vegan most of the time. But today I might indulge in that hankering. I haven't had a hankering for a burger in like forever. I might just get a veggie burger if I can find maybe like a Burger King veggie burger or something. I don't know. But yeah, definitely have a hankering for a burger. And I'm looking forward to eating a burger because I haven't had one in forever. So we've made $41 in an hour and 45 minutes. Not too bad. So almost 25 an hour. So hopefully this is hitting the spot. So yeah, looking forward to making some more money. I like this angle. It's giving like cinematic vibes. So I got a $27 ride, which is awesome. So that means I only need to make $43 after this ride and I'm done. Yay. So I might make more because I want to buy some dinner. So yeah, anyways, my goodness, I've been wanting to have my windows down, but like when it's hot like this, mosquitoes literally find me. I was like sitting in a neighborhood waiting to get a ride. Just waiting. I've been waiting for like 10 minutes, and then I got this ride because at first I had the filter on to keep me in the area, and I was like, let me just take this filter off, and then boom, I got a ride for $27. So I'm excited about that. But I was like, as I'm like sitting with my windows open, this mosquito comes in and it's like, ooh, fresh meat, and it like literally comes like right here to my face. I'm like, oh my god, freaking out. Mosquitoes love me. And I don't know if I got it out. I was swatting it away, trying to open all my windows. I don't know if it ducked out or if it's still just sitting in here waiting to attack me. That's the one thing about nature that I do not like. I do not like mosquitoes. Similarly to humans who are like human vampires. I don't like things that suck or take away my energy. So this is awesome. I love this. This is exactly the ride I needed. Thank you, higher self, universe. Needed this because I was like, I don't know if I can do another like 3 hours because I'm already feeling like remnants of pain in my face. like it was feeling yesterday. I don't feel like the surge of pain that I was, like the viral infection, but I do feel remnants of it every now and then. So anyways, I'm still recovering. And luckily, go ahead. Luckily people are, you're welcome. Go ahead. Luckily people are, I had a decent conversation with my last passenger. It was the same passenger. Because the first time she got out of my car, she slammed my door, and I guess because I wasn't really talking. But this time we were talking about Georgia's schooling system and how it's different from up north and even more different from out west because she has kids or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I feel like the South is behind in a lot of ways. It's because we have too much conservatism and too much like joining of church and state versus the separation of church and state. But anyways, that's a whole nother topic. Funding my artistry, it's going well. I like documenting these processes because it's making me realize that that's exactly what I'm doing. Because having to like, you know, showcase not even just that, oh, I've hit this goal, or I've hit, you know, we made $87 by this time or whatever. It's more so like, oh, okay, what is this money going towards? So like me having, you know, I've been keeping a budget and keeping track of my income and expenses and stuff like that, and being like, oh, a lot of my money, at least for the first week and a half or two of the month, is going towards investments, things that I've invested in, from art courses to art supplies to art equipment for like recording and stuff like that. Like this phone, I'm paying off this phone, this iPhone 17, you know, my Canon DSLR and things of that nature. And so it also is exciting me because it's like, I'm like, okay, I definitely need to start using more of my materials, because sometimes you get in this rut of like buying everything that you need, and then life takes over, family stuff, family drama, family stuff, neighborhood drama, neighbor drama, all this other stuff takes over. So it's helping me sort of get back on track and like document this journey of continuously, steadily working towards my goals and making progress and stuff, which is fun. So yeah. Okay guys, so we have hit $78. I ended up making $29 on that ride. Oh, I put my hair in the window. Okay. So we made $78. I don't even know how long. I'm guessing about 3 hours. I don't know. I can't remember when I started. I have to go back and I'll put it up on the screen here. But we're headed to our next ride, which will be $11, which will put us at $89, upon which I only need $31 more to hit my goal in terms of bills. And then if I can do a little extra for some food, because I don't want to cook, I will do so. But yeah, so making progress. Yay! So I'm hearing this like guitar riff in my head. It's like okay guys, so we just did our $11 ride, just got another ride for $20, which is great because that puts me over to, what is it, we're at 89 plus 20, so that's about 110, and then I only need 10 more, so I'm going to try to do 20 more after that so I can buy some food and I'm good on gas. So yeah, yay. Yeah, I'm like all the way out here in like Lithia Springs, Douglasville, so I need to get back to my side of town, and I just put my filter on to head back to like where I live. And one of the things I like about like the higher you are in the Lyft app is like the more filters you get per day. And so filters is like you can stay within an area, or you can, you know, put a destination trip and stuff like that. So putting, I guess this is my third filter that I'm using for today, and I'm having it just give me rides on the way back home so I can make some money on the way back home. So this is good. So after this ride, I only want to make another 20 and then I'm done for today. Yay. I keep seeing some sketches in my mind that I want to draw. So definitely. Okay, so it is 8:44. Ended up coming from all the way to freaking Douglasville back to the east side. But I hit $111. Had a good conversation with my passenger. They got me on that last ride. I went 33 miles and only made $20 or $22 off of it. They should have definitely been paying me $1 per mile because I would have basically hit my fucking number, fuckers. Anyways. I need to make another $9 to hit my goal for today. I'm debating on if I want to cook something at home. I do have some beans and some broccoli at home. Although I still am kind of craving a burger. We'll see. But we're making progress. Sorry that it's dark, but the sun has gone down. So, yeah. Okay, so it has been 5 hours and I've made $118. So I think I might just call it a night. If I get a ride on the way home, great. I don't care. I'm about to go get some food before all the food places close. I'm just gonna settle on some Chick-fil-A because I don't feel like cooking, even though I do have some food at home. I'm trying to think. I have some like leftover beans and broccoli, so I'll have that. But I don't feel like making anything else. I just want to like grab my food and go home, or eat or whatever. It's like a whole process to like wash the dishes, heat up the food. I don't feel like doing that. So we're just gonna grab a quick bite at Chick-fil-A and call it a night. I need to just make something in batch. That way when I get home, all I have to do is just take it out and then heat it up. You know what I mean? Versus I need to do that. I haven't done that in months, honestly. I haven't batch cooked in a while. I think because I got tired of it. I used to make like quinoa and lentils all the time and like broccoli or like some coconut curry with vegetables and stuff like that. But then I just got tired of those. So that's why I was like, I need to like sit down and freaking make some new recipes that I'm not tired of, that I don't get tired of. I have so many recipe books, literally. I just need to like figure out some stuff. But yeah, I've been having random hankerings. I was gonna get some JJ's and fish, but I was like, let me not. Let me not do that. Let me just get some of this other place, and then I could do Chipotle. Anyways, we'll see. But yeah, so that's cool. I averaged about 23 an hour today. I think they cheated me on that long extra ride that was like 33 miles and I only made $22. Like I try not to take rides where I'm not making at least $1 per mile because it's not fucking worth it. You know what I mean? 33 miles and I only made $22. I should have made $33 off that fucking ride. At least fucking 30. Goddamn. 28. But $20, they tripping with that one. Anyways, I try not to take rides because especially ones where you're like, okay, I not only had to go 33 miles, but it took me 5 miles to pick her up. So I went a total of like 38 miles for $20. You know what I mean? So basically I done doubled. I'm basically driving double. I'm making 50 cents per mile. I don't like that shit. Like, we're not doing that. It's not worth it. You know what I mean? The time it took me to go from Douglasville all the way back over here could have definitely, made $40 in that period of time if they gave me the right rides. So that's why I think it's important to make sure that, I try to do $1 per mile. That way I can stay at 25 an hour minimum. Because then it'd be stuff like today where I've driven 5 hours and I still haven't made 125. Okay, I'm short like $7, but it's fine. So yeah, it's fine. But hindsight 2020, don't do that again. I just was trying to get from Douglasville. I was like, at least someone's going in my direction, so I'll take the loss. But yeah, I had some really good conversations with the ladies in my car though. So it wasn't a complete bust, but anyways. Hey guys, so it's 10:10 and I took a little dinner break. And yeah, I need to try to make another like $10. Finally got a ride 30 minutes later. I decided to finally priority mode on. I hate putting on priority mode because they don't be giving you rides. I mean, they be giving you less ride. Well, anyways, so as soon as I put on priority mode, I get a ride. I'm like, y'all be on some F. Anywho, I'm about to go pick up my passenger. Okay, guys, so we made $144 in 6 hours and 36 minutes. It is 11:30, and I need to take my ass home. I might take another ride if it's taking me home. If not, calling it a night. Because, yeah, I want to do some things before I go to bed. And, yeah, it's been a good day. So we made it, guys. Here at the gas station, gonna fill up. It's 11:46 p.m. And one of the things I like about doing YouTube videos is that it kind of keeps me accountable with certain things that I would normally forget. And it helps me to like track my life and like, yeah, I don't know, it feels cool to like go back and look at some of the videos that I've created and like sort of documenting my life. I can't wait to start traveling more, as well as like doing some more like creative stuff. So yeah, I have a few different ideas that I'm excited to bring you guys along with me on the journey in terms of my creativity. But yeah, this has been a fun day in terms of meeting a lot of cool people. I didn't have any bad passengers today. Everybody was like really cool, really chill. The people who talked, we had decent conversations. So yeah, today was a good day. Exceeded my goal. I made $144. I could have made more, but I didn't feel like going out of my way. I'm ready to go home. And so yeah, and then just start again tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully I can sleep well tonight. That way I can wake up with some energy and put some time, effort, and energy into some creative projects before I start lifting. But yeah, today was a productive day, a good day. And yeah, hope you guys have a good one. So this is my sketch for today. I saw this image of a woman standing sort of powerfully in this sort of pose in my mind, and I was like, I want to sketch her. And yeah, so this is what I came up with. And oftentimes, because I am still learning values in shading, I will like utilize like a simple sketch like this before it gets to this stage actually, and then put it into ChatGPT and have it generate like a realistic version of this image so that I can then copy like lighting and shading, but it's like literally from my own sketch. So this is what ChatGPT created based on like this simple like outline sketch that I gave it, and then I just go in and then like come up with my own like you know shading and lighting and all that other stuff and extra details that are a bit different. Like her earrings, to me, I wanted it to be more like bulky looking here, and her beads are a little bit different. But yeah,